What's up YouTube, NASCAR 88 Ford here, and because I'm such a big NASCAR fan, as you can tell, I do play NASCAR games, and you know, I wouldn't be a complete NASCAR fan if I didn't have some kind of NASCAR game, because you got to do something during the off season to keep you busy. And right now I'm just going to show you a couple of paint schemes that I created in the paint booth on NASCAR 14, and most of them are pretty basic, pretty you know, pretty simple, but there was one or two that I worked really hard on, and I'm in the process of changing the numbers on it, because right now I just got one for David Reagan, and I want to make him Joe Logano, because I had all my stuff Edwards, and Edwards is going to Toyota, so I'm not a bandwagoner or nothing, but I really can't cheer for a Toyota. I mean, I'll be a closet Carl Edwards fan, but I think I'm going to go with Logano. That's probably the best Ford driver they got right now. And he's finally grown up, in my opinion, and I think he's ready to win a championship. So here we go. Let's see what we got in the paint booth. Of course, got to wait for all this to load. Figured I'd put something on there for all the gamers out there. Now, I don't play like I should, because I really love playing this game, but it's really not fun unless you got somebody else to play. And I work all the time in crazy hours, so when I do get together, we like to play, and it's we have a good time. We get kind of get a little heated sometimes, you know, we get to fighting. Not really. But here we go. Let's go down to the paint booth. Alright, we're going to edit scheme. That way we can kind of look at all the ones we got. That's my career scheme. It's not really exciting. Same there, same there. Now this one, I lost in a bet. I had to play online with this scheme, because I do like Taylor Swift, but it was a bet saying I wouldn't race this one online, and so I had to paint me up a Taylor Swift paint job. I know that sounds retarded, but so this is what it looks like. It's 22, because at the time her song was, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22, so I put that on the back. Of course, it got the rookie stripes on it, and it's number 22. I have all these random, you know, titles of her songs on the side, like Teardrops on My Guitar, Sparks Fly, Love Story, Mine, Taylor Swift on the front, Fusion Taylor Swift, of course, on the front. It really actually turned out to be a pretty decent paint job. Everybody, when I race somebody, they're like, does that say Taylor Swift? You know, so that's pretty fun online. You get a lot of attention. Picture to Burn, Begin Again, Our Story, Red, Mac Motorsports, that was the name of my team. Swifty back there on the back of the roof. Of course, the back says the best. All right, so that's a red, because at the time her song was Red. Of course, that was her single on the radio. So we're gonna get out of this. If it didn't freeze up, come on, baby. There we go. All right. Exit without saving. Yes. So that's my Swifty Ford Fusion. Let's see what we got next. Come on, baby. Load. It takes forever to load a paint scheme in this game. Alright, there we go. Alright, edit scheme. Alright, this is my John Deere. If Carl Edwards was sponsored by John Deere, I hope this would be what his paint job would look like. It's kind of simple, but then again, that's kind of the best ones if you ask me. I don't think John Deere sponsored the car since Chad Little in the 97 before Kurt Busch took over for it, and that was early 2000. So let's take a look at it. Alright, of course you got the John Deere green, then you got the yellow rims, the yellow splitter. John Deere, of course I put Fastenal on it because it's supposed to be an Edwards car. Fastenal on the hood right there. Got these little marks underneath the headlights, kind of make it look kind of mean, I guess. Alright, got the little, what I call grass on the bottom. That's the closest thing I can find to grass. The yellow 99, Edwards right there, John Deere. And I put Lowe's on there because it wouldn't let you have, I was going to put available at Lowe's and John Deere. I mean, Lowe's and Home Depot, but it won't let you do that because it won't let you put Lowe's and Home Depot even on a custom car, which doesn't make any sense. So they got John Deere on the top of the back of the roof, available at Lowe's right there. Nothing runs like a Deere. Of course, it's got little tread marks like on the front. Got Lowe's on the side. Of course, you got UPS, Coca-Cola, and American flag on there. So that's my John Deere Ford Fusion. Exit without saving. I think the next one will be the John Deere Ford Fusion, available at Home Depot. Let's see, edit scheme. Let's see, this one's just a little bit different. I got the tread mark going down the side. Changed it up a little bit. Of course, it's a 99 because, like I said, I'm a Carl Edwards fan. I left the 99 white on this one because it's really hard to see, you know, with the little tread mark going through it, the 99 being yellow. John Deere on the top. Got the Home Depot on the front. I just used the logo and I flipped it sideways and I put a tread mark under it. Of course, Fastenal's on it. This right here, underneath Fusion, there's a black mark. I had to use a shape because they didn't put a bottom grill, like the actual intake for the cars on there, so I had to add that. Tread marks underneath the headlights the same. Tread marks going down the side, 99 John Deere. Got Home Depot on the bottom right there. Available at Home Depot on the back. Nothing runs like a Deere on the deck lid. Like I said, it's just a little bit different. Of course, you got the yellow rims and the green body, of course. So, I think that one looks pretty good. The spoiler's yellow. So, alright, exit without saving. I really like this game. I wish they would fix some of the quirks. It does some weird stuff sometimes, but it's really fun, especially two-player. You know, if it's working right and doesn't freeze up, it's a really good game. You should try it if you're a NASCAR fan. Alright, let's see, blah blah, did that one. Alright, I made up a company with this one. This is John Deere Commercial, what I would think if John Deere Commercial was an actual company, and it may be, but anyway, I figured I'd do a yellow with black numbers, and it kind of looks a lot like Joey Logano's Pennzoil Ford Fusion. But of course I made a custom John Deere Commercial logo right there. Of course, it's got the black tread at the bottom and it's yellow with yellow rims, because you know the commercial John Deere tractors are yellow. You got John Deere Commercial, of course, Fastenal on the front because it's supposed to be Edwards' car. Got the tread marks on the front, the black 99, John Deere Commercial badge on the quarter panel, John Deere Commercial on the roof, John Deere Commercial on the deck lid, and then I wrote on the back, stop by your local John Deere Commercial dealer. Well, I didn't put a local in there. Stop by your John Deere Commercial dealer. And that's about it. I got Fastenal above the quarter glass in the rear. And that's it. I think that's a pretty good looking car myself. It looks a lot like Joey Logano's Pennzoil car. Simple, but gets the job done. Alright, next up would be, I have a couple of these UPS schemes because apparently UPS stands for Ugly Paint Scheme, because in NASCAR, since Dale Jarrett raced the 88 Ford Fusion, UPS Ford Fusion, every UPS car has been ugly as crap. But even the 44 Toyota from Mike Waltrip Racing was so dang ugly for UPS. This is the way it should have looked if you ask me. Just brown with gold rims, the UPS symbol on the hood, Fastenal on the hood. Of course, this is a Carl Edwards car. Got Edwards above the driver right there. UPS on the side, just brown, got Coca-Cola on it, which is one of his sponsors. What can brown do for you? You can't put a question mark when you're typing something in for some reason, so anyway, I left that off. But like I said, just simple. That's the way it should have looked if you ask me. Carl Edwards had some ugly paint jobs, and David Reagan, I mean, he had the best, well, I take that back. David Reagan had a good looking car when it was 6 and it was just brown. But anyway, that's what I think the UPS car should look like. let's see, the next one should be another UPS scheme. I think it is flat. It's like a matte finish, not glossy. So we'll see. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this one's black, I think. Let's see. Yeah, see, this one's black. It's pretty much the exact same paint job, only with the black finish. I think that looks pretty good too. It'd look good on like a night race or something, I guess. I don't know, you probably couldn't see it at night. Like I said, it's gloss black. Looks good, pretty much the exact same thing. See, blah blah. These are just the same John Deere paint schemes, only that one's matte. We'll skip that one since this video is kind of going long. But this is like the matte finish where it's not glossy, and I think it's the same John Deere, exactly the same John Deere paint job, only you got the flat green and the flat yellow on the body. It doesn't really, it still looks glossy to me, but pretty much it. Looks kind of glossy to me, but oh well. Now I believe the next one is probably the one I'm most proud of. It took the most work, and my buddy is a huge David Reagan fan, of all people. Because David Reagan, I mean, we met him, he's a great guy. And my buddy also, he's kind of a heavyset guy, but he loves Krispy Kreme donuts, and he was like, you need to paint me a Krispy Kreme car for David Reagan. So this one took the longest time for me. But anyway, I'm pretty proud of it, so let's take a look at it. Coming around the front, you have the Ford Fusion in the front. Of course, I put the grill on the bottom. Now, when I was Googling Krispy Kreme, I wanted to find like a template to kind of get some of the actual, you know, Krispy Kreme marks in there. And for some reason, they were celebrating the 75 years anniversary. I didn't realize that it had already passed like 3 years ago, but I left it on here anyway. The Krispy Kreme donuts on the hood, that is pretty much custom, just made by Shapes. It took me forever to do that. Just right there where it says Krispy Kreme Donuts right there, and underneath it's celebrating 75 years. I tried to get the color and the font exactly right, and it's pretty close. Down the side, the closest thing I can get to the dots on the box is I had to stretch out a certain template that they had. And I think it turns out pretty good. It looks like it's kind of fast, I guess. Of course, you got a Krispy Kreme back there on the back. I put that red, it's supposed to be neon red or orange stripe all the way down the side that comes to the rear that says look for the hot sign on the rear. I don't know why the rookie stripes are on there. I thought I took them off. I have to change that. Krispy Kreme on the side. Now on the deck lid it says fundraising, like, you know, when you actually buy donuts from somebody it says fundraising on it. That took forever to get everything lined up because I had to use a different word or a different font to get the colors the same or different, you know, whereas fun is red and D is green. And Krispy Kreme on the top back of the roof, and of course I have the same template down there. Like I said, I'm really really proud of this one. This one took a lot of work. It don't look like it, but it did. I think if he actually raced a Krispy Kreme car, they need to give me a call and I'll let him use this template. Alright, the next one I believe is the Van Perry paint job. Now it is so simple, like I just threw it together in a couple minutes. But it did take me a while to, took me more time to get the Van Perry logo straight on it than anything else, because the paint job's so simple. But yeah, the logo on the hood is what took forever. You'll see in a second. See the Van Perry Pioneer. Of course, they're black and red. That's their thing. Now, the coolest part of this one was in the song "You Lie." There's a line that says, "You lie like the man with the slick back hair who sold me that Ford," and I incorporated that in the rear of this thing. It's so funny, like when you're racing online, especially if they're using the view where you can actually read it. They're like, "Oh my gosh, that's hilarious!" But anyway, the Van Perry Pioneer on the side. Nothing on the deck lid, the Van Perry on the back of the roof. Now, I googled their image, and that is exactly what the Van Perry logo looks like. Of course, it's like the backwards B and then the P on the other one. So that's the Van Perry. It's actually pretty close. I did pretty good on it, if you ask me. Anyway, that's a good looking car. I like to race that one sometimes. Of course, the rims are black. The whole thing's blacked out. Alright, let's see what we got next on here. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, that's, actually, I think this was the finish. When they patched the game, I had to go back and, re-mess with all these paint jobs because the patch messed with all the layers. They were all stacked up a different way. Of course, it's the David Reagan, Krispy Kreme paint job. Let's see. What's different about this one? Oh, the layers are right. See, Krispy Kreme, they have the circles on the background at the bottom layer, and then the Krispy Kreme and all the fun on the top. So yeah, this is the right one. I think the Ricky stripes are off of this one. Yeah, see, this is the one. Yeah, this is the final one. So sorry, I messed up when I showed you the other one. Yeah, you can read the 34 better and all that stuff. So, like I said, when I patched it, it messed up all my paint jobs. I had to go back and change the layers and how they were set and all that good stuff. So, actually, I could probably delete the other one now. Let's see here. Van Perry, Krispy Kreme. Alright, now, I'm sure y'all remember back last summer they had the share the Coke with so-and-so, like share a Coke with, I don't know, Casey, share a Coke with Blake, share a Coke with Drew, share a Coke with Matt. So, anyway, I was a big Diet Coke drinker. I know that sounds weird, but anyway, here is my share a Diet Coke with. And then when I painted it, of course, that's the closest I get to Diet Coke. Of course, I got the silver as close as I could with a white stripe down the side. That right there, the 0 calories per bottle, that took forever. Believe it. It don't look like it, but it did. Alright, on the back, I put share a Diet Coke with, just like the bottle said, because the share a Diet with was black and the Coke was red, and then the name was red. So that's my name right there, share a Diet Coke with Matt, and I thought that turned out good. And then I painted about 3 or 4 with different names, you know, like my buddy Blake, my buddy Casey, my buddy Drew, and his wife Kaylin. So I did that for them. I'm actually somewhat happy with the way this one came out. I don't know why the grill is green on it, and I have to go back and change that. That's probably some patch stuff on it, but I thought that one turned out good. Now on the deck lid, you see where it says Coca-Cola MyRewards.com. If you ever look at the My Coke Rewards, it has a picture of a bottle, but I could not find that for nothing, so I had to paint all that just the way it was, and I just threw a Coke symbol in there because that's the closest thing I could get. I didn't want to mess it up. So Of course, this is Edwards. I got to go back and change all these to 22 so I can use them as Logano, which shouldn't be a big deal. I can just save them again. But anyway, that's all the paint jobs that I have. Like I said, the paint jobs are just as much fun as the actual game. I mean, if you have the patience, it does get confusing and overwhelming sometimes, and then you change something and there's really not a really good undo. Sometimes you can undo stuff, sometimes you can't, and it can get frustrating if you mess something up. But I guess since this video is long anyway, I don't know how long it's going on, we'll do a race with one of the paint jobs. Let's see which one we'll do. Let's see, since I'm took so much work on the Krispy Kreme one, we'll get that one out on Atlanta Motor Speedway. Most fun track ever. 65 laps. We're not gonna finish this one. But Atlanta Motor Speedway to me is one of the most fun tracks here. You can just dive it off in the turn and just drive the heck out of these cars. For some reason the stats over there doesn't work. I don't know. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Looks like I haven't raced but twice here. Average finish 26. Although I got a difficulty turn way down, I'm sure, because when me and my buddy were racing, he's not quite as good as I am, so we have to, you know, adjust it for him. So loading, loading, loading. I like how Sprint puts commercials in the games for us. Alright. Let's see if we can get up to the front in 2 laps. I bet you I can. I got the difficulty turned way down. See, it looks like a real race car. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Momentum. Let's go. Keep a good pace. You're doing great.
Now I'm going to race a little dirty here, so before y'all say anything, I don't normally do this.
Right side's clear.
There's the real David Reagan right there. Oh, dang it. Well, I had to finish him off. My bad. Holy crap. Well, those 2 laps don't count. I messed him up. My bad. Holy crap. Good Lord. That's not very realistic. But, oh, there goes his teammate, David Gilman. Alright, let's try one more time. I know this video is getting kind of long. Of course, I'm back here with Danica Patrick, so I gotta fix that. Once I get to the lead, I'll end this video. Of course, I done scraped up my paint job. Kind of depressing.
Go down low.
Come on, baby. Hook up. Hook up.
The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Whoa. I don't know why they brake check like that. It's like they don't know how to drive.
Clear high.
Whoops. Got down on me. Come on, baby. Turn. Come on, Larson. Let's go. There we go.
Keep digging. Clear on the inside.
Take the high line. Come on, Larson. Give me room. Yes.
Clear on the low side. Clear down low.
Go the high line. I hate that Ambrose ain't gonna be a NASCAR this year. That's sad. I like Ambrose. Oops, sorry, Junior.
Keep high. Keep high.
Ooh, baby.
Looking low. Okay, let's go get him. Inside. Car inside at your door.
Alright. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, so I gotta get on up to the front. I love Atlanta. This track is so much fun. That's another thing in real life. I think Atlanta ought to get a second race date. Whoops. It's gonna be a caution.
Clear up high. Whoa, caution's out. Caution's out.
Well, that sucks for Ambrose. Oh, they shouldn't have thrown a caution. They should have kept on going.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
Alright, we gotta get to the front now. This is it.
Okay, here we go. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. That's not cool.
Whoa. Come on, baby. Hook up. Whatever I lose, I'll get back in this turn.
Coming on the high side.
Or right now.
Doing great, man. Car high. The leader's a second ahead. Stay down.
Oh, come on, can I fit? No. Come on, Hamlet.
Clear.
Got it. Actually, that was my fault. He had position.
There's your next victim right there.
I don't like Kyle Busch anyway.
At your door. Yellow, yellow.
Well, that's going to be a big wreck. Well, couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Of course, Danica finds a way to wreck every single week. God, that was actually a pretty big wreck.
You coming in, buddy? You standing?
All right, we're gonna get to the lead right here. Got Brad Keselowski beside me. BK.
Hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. Coming to the green. Car inside you. Holding up top.
Come on, baby. Hook up.
3 wide.
Whoa!
3 wide. You're in the middle.
Just started spinning tires. We got.
Car up high.
All right. We should be in the lead pretty soon.
3 wide. 2 high. On your right side.
All right. Underneath Biffle.
Nice and easy. Just keep doing what you've been
Underneath
doing.
Jeffy.
Clear up top.
Jeff will get mad at you if you rough him up. As we figured out in Texas with Brad Keselowski at the end of last year.
We're outside you. Right's all clear, bud.
Dang it, Hamlin. Kind of my fault.
Low side's clear. Clear on the high side. Clear on the left. Keep after him, buddy. You're doing great. Left side's clear.
Here we go. They're all brake checking each other.
Still the fastest car out there.
Who's this, Jimmy Johnson? Alright, let's see if we can finish off this video excitingly. Who wants to see me take out Jimmy Johnson? Actually, I'll probably take myself out trying to take him out. We'll give him a little push down the straightaway. Just finish him off. Oh, well, screwed myself up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video about my paint jobs. Like I said, this one's probably the most proud of. I'm right there. Actually, we can restart. We can retry that. Is it going to let us? Uh-oh. We might get one more try. Let me try that one more time.
R3 back.
Go ahead, Jimmy. We're going to set this up for later.
Watch him here. He's coming up fast.
Come on, Jimmy. As you can tell, I'm not actually racing. This is kind of fun.
Car up top. Right's clear.
There we go. Well.
Gotta get away from the wall, buddy.
Oh, come on. Well, we'll take out Truex. Anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to finish it off pretty big right here. Yep, got hit.
Racetrack's clear. You want to come in?